Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Fruitopia! My name is Lynx and I'm so glad to see your smiling, happy faces. I know it's been a while since we did an episode. I'm sorry. I just haven't really had any idea of what to do, but we've been working a little bit on the base. I've been working on the ceiling a little bit to keep the villagers safe, and I've also been working on expanding the base here. So I've kind of built some random walls with some stone brick, and but basically what we're gonna do today is start clearing out some of this land here and work on building us a sugarcane farm. So what I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna put it over here in this corner. I'm not gonna make it huge. I'm just gonna make it like, you know, maybe like a third of the size of our other farm that's got all our other stuff, and just kind of put it over here out of the way. I'm probably going to use this huge area out here to have the farm animals, so we can have a spot for our pigs and cows and whatnot, and kind of keep them out of the actual base and kind of keep them out in the open area. We can put a bunch of grass down and kind of let them wander a little bit more. That way we can also put like little barns and huts and whatnot that would kind of make it look more like a farmland, because I feel like having all the animals inside the actual base, it just doesn't look right. And plus, you know, you've got all the animals making a bunch of noise all the time and everything else. So I kind of thought that it would be a better idea to just kind of put them way out here in the distance. So what I've got is I've got my sugarcane and I've got my oak logs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a very similar look as I did with the other farm. But first I'm going to flatten it all out here real quick. Then we're going to get some sand and some water buckets and get started on making our sugarcane farm. Okay, that looks pretty flat. I'm going to have to eventually come back in here and fix these walls, but this will look good. Now, as you all know, sugarcane can only be placed on sand, so we need to make sure we get a little bit of sand. And now with the water, I don't know if since the new updates with the farming and system and everything, I think you only have to place, you only have to place one water source, kind of like what we did with the other farm. So I think they'll still grow even if there's just one block of water. So we'll try that. Let's put let's see, we don't need that out. Let's put our sand down. So we'll have our sugarcane. We'll start on the wall here, and we'll go right about there. Then we'll do some more here. And let's see, go 2 rows. Yeah, we'll go 1 more row here. And then for this one, we'll have the water go around, and we'll do something kind of like this. Make it look kind of neat. So like we might not need the water, but I think it'll still look cool. So what we'll do is kind of have it stop right about here, maybe. Actually, let's bring it in a little bit closer. Let's do it right about there, something like that. So we can, of course, take our oak logs right there. And we could probably let's bring it back just a little bit, because we don't need a huge farm. So let's make it let's bring it right about here. I think that's more than enough sugarcane, because I mean you get a lot anyway. So all right, and then we'll just put a corner here. We'll go about 1 or 2. Let's go 2. So we'll put this one here in the corner, like that. Then we'll just keep going. let's put it like that. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. I guess in a way we could probably put the sand all the way to the tip, but I mean I don't really. Yeah, let's put the sand all the way to it. I think it'll probably look better that way. Let's get some more sand. The rest of the sand we can use turn into glass to work on working on making the ceiling out of glass. Because what I want to do with the farms, if I do decide to enclose it inside the base, is I want to use glass. Jeez, I keep wanting to call it sand. I want to use glass as the ceiling for the base to kind of make it seem like there's natural light shining in from the sky onto our farms, rather than just you know, darkness like what we've got in the other areas, which I'll show you right here. So this part of the base, we'd cover it with glass up above in the ceiling, and then over here we would have where we've got our ceiling the way it is now. The rest of the base would be basically designed like this, so it's got that moody look to it. Now for the ceiling, I want to go back later on and cut out little spots in the ceiling and either put glass for natural light, or put spots with daylight sensors and redstone lamps, and then make the ceiling light up that way. But I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that yet. I haven't really decided. Right here I want to do some kind of villager thing, but I want to use a different kind of block for it. I'm kind of thinking about using terracotta for it. Okay, so we've got the basics of it all down now, so let's go ahead and put our water down. We'll put some right here, and we'll have to get some more. I think there's like a little water source over here on the other side of this spot, so I can get more water. Plus I want to get rid of this water anyway. I don't want it flowing into the base. Oops. There we go. I'm not sure if you can still do this, but you used to be able to dig a 4x4 plot in the dirt and have an unlimited water source. I wonder if you can still do that. Let's see. I don't know if it still works or not. Oh, it does still work. There we go. Alright, cool. So we have unlimited water. So we can fill this up. Okay. It's kind of hard to tell with this texture pack and stuff if the water is like completely filled up or not, but it looks like we missed one little spot, so just a couple more of these should do it. There we go. I always like to go like 2 or 3 blocks just to make sure that I get all of the water filled in. There we go. Then of course if we wanted to, we could start planting our sugarcane. There we go. And you can't put them all like together. So this sand is mostly just for looks, which if you wanted to, you know, you could replace it with grass or whatever you wanted to. Now, as you can see, you cannot place any sugarcane when there's not a water source. So basically we have to finish filling the rest of this up with water before we can finish placing the rest of the sugarcane. Actually, what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to leave the sugarcane like this. Let's put this one here. And then let's take this, because I don't really think we need that much sugarcane. So let's take some of these back. I think as far as farming it would be concerned, it would be easier this way too. So let's leave these here, and then let's put this one. Come on. Alright, so let's put this here like that. And then what we'll do is we'll change this one over to like this. Oops. Messed that one up. There we go. And then we'll just fix the rest of it. I don't have enough sugar cane to finish this, but at least we've got the basics. And then what we could do to make it all look like it matches is we could take some of this sandstone here, which I don't think you have to have very much of it, and we'll actually have to make a crafting table real quick. I'm lazy. Okay, so crafting table. Oops. And we can make some sandstone slabs. Make a couple of those, and make some sandstone stairs. Which, if we really wanted to go crazy, we could just make it all sandstone. For instead of using the wood here, we could use sandstone. But I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and do it that way. But right now, I like it the way it is. And anyway, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put our sandstone slabs right here, so that way you can't fall into the water when you're coming in here to farm your sugarcane. Then we'll just find a nice groovy little spot for the stairs. And let's put it... Actually, let's put it on this side. Because, I mean, I feel like there's something going to go right here anyway. So let's just put it like right... let's put it right here. Just like that. And then we could just kind of walk in and grab whatever we want. Which I guess if you really wanted to make it look right, if you're going to come from this side, it would be probably smarter to have your water and sources and stuff going in this direction. But you're going to have a lot more ponds of water. And I just feel like that's just not worth the extra work. But it's all up to you. Now luckily I have tons of sandstone at my disposal here. I've been wanting to get rid of this sandstone and sand for a really long time anyway. And like I said, you could always, if you really wanted to, you could use sandstone as the border instead if you think it might look better. Which, I mean, honestly, you know, if you kind of want to add different looks to your base, it's nice to change up your blocks. I don't like to go too crazy because I feel like it just doesn't look right when you've got like bunches of different colors and stuff in your base. But for something like this, I guess it would kind of look a little nice to make it all kind of blend together a little bit. Kind of like how we did the nether area where it's all like strictly nether based material. I don't think there's any kind of like sandstone fences or anything, so we'd have to like figure out what we would use in place of it for the fences. Not really sure. Oh, actually, there is sandstone wall. Okay, well, I did not know that. The more you know. All right, so let's do a couple of these. This might actually work after all. Okay, so we could do something like this. Not sure if this would work or not, actually. considering it's going to be going against the wall there. This might look goofy, but until we have a stone to put there, I'm not sure how it's going to look. Whoops. Okay, and then we'll just make some more slabs. The rest of these. It's not going to be enough to finish all of this water covering, but it'll get us a portion of the way there. Now, I've never tried this, but you could probably go one block deeper and then just put these blocks like right here. That way they just flow and you just walk right across. I don't know if that works. You could try it, but for this build, we're just going to do it just like this. Because I like the idea of the block keeping me one block high. So when I'm running through and I'm cutting the sugarcane down, I'm basically just attacking the second layer, because as long as you always break the second and third of the sugarcane, it'll continue to grow as long as the first one's still in the ground. You don't have to sit there and replant them over and over again. So these blocks help keep you elevated above the first blocks, so you don't accidentally break the bottom layer of the sugarcane. This actually might be enough slabs to... Wow, it really was. That's cool. Okay, so we had plenty. Alright, so then we can just kind of finish this here. Yeah, just something simple. Nothing too crazy. Just like that. And this is our little sugarcane farm. Actually, I don't think I like those being right there because it's kind of like stuck over my head. But if I did put them there, they'd have to be like one block higher. Maybe we can put these here. See how this looks. That doesn't look too bad. That's kind of cool, actually. I kind of like it. And we've already got some sugarcane growing, and that's awesome. Then if we wanted to, we could put like a chest over here, but that's tacky. We don't do that. What we do is we build an entire building to put stuff in. Then of course all we gotta do is just fill all this back in with dirt, so that way the ground is at the same level all the way around. Whoops. Cool beans, man. And then of course you got more water here if we wanted it for anything. We got a zombie coming in. So yeah, before, I think I'm probably gonna tear this wall down once we get this extended area finished. But for now, I'm gonna leave it up because, of course, zombies. So yeah, I think this will work really well. My main reason for making the sugarcane farm is I want to make paper to make more books, so we can put our enchants on them in the future. You know, and also use it for trading with the villagers and, you know, different things like that. Paper is actually pretty useful, so I need to start farming it a little bit better, making it. It's an important resource that a lot of people don't really think a lot about, but now that we have this should be great income for paper from now on. The only other thing is that we're really got to work hard on is getting us a decent looking you know, cattle farm for all of our cows, which I'm kind of leaning towards putting the cows over here. I'm really leaning on putting them over here, but I'm not really sure. I feel like that big area over there might work, or maybe just this whole zone over here altogether might be for the animals. I'm thinking about putting grassland all the way across right here with all this dirt that I'm going to be picking up, and putting some sort of barn in the middle, and then having like tiny little sheds on the sides of the barn to make it look like you've got your one area for the cows, your one area for the sheep, your one area for the pigs, and of course eventually one day work on a chicken coop again, which I haven't really put any thought into the chicken coop lately because I have so many eggs still left over. I think I have like 30 or 40 stacks of chicken eggs. So it hasn't really been that important to work on right now, especially when it comes to arrows. Since we have a Fletcher villager, we can just buy arrows from him instead of having to worry about making them from the chicken feathers. So it hasn't been really that important, but as far as cows are concerned, we definitely want to keep our cows farmed and fed so we can start farming a lot of leather for future projects. So that's what we need to work on. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope maybe you possibly might have learned something. Maybe. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the series so far. I'd love to hear from you guys. And of course, if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button and join the Fruit Nation. We would love to have you. And of course, guys, as always, my name is Lynx, and I will see you in the next episode of Fruitopia. Bye.
Next time on Fruitopia.
Oops, don't want that being on the side like that.